How have I taken 16 of these videos? Or is it 15? Whichever one. But we're coming around to the end. We talked about the future of society. Um, I just got out of the shower. Um, how many, like, what implications do engineers have to really think about when they're designing new products? Um, you know, what mistakes have we learned from, such as the hotel that you showed us this week? Um, I mean, those are the things that we have come to learn from, and so that we do not repeat those same mistakes. Um, I'm sure that we kind of got the idea of, like, when we first started to get something on wheels going. They would be like, okay, we can get it going, but then they thought, how do we get it to stop? It's the same. A lot of that kind of comes into thinking of implications. Sorry. Um, and like the risk and hazard differences, the management of that, like the best thing I can give you to relate to that, planning ahead and whatnot, my implications, that would that would be flight planning. Basically, every time I would go on a flight, I would check the weather. I'd, check for uh, pilot reports, check for weather. I think I said that. Um, any weather between point A, point B, forecasts, uh, NOTAMs, which are basically notes for the airports that you are going to be around while on that flight. So if I was flying from Colby to Hayes, I would get NOTAMs from all the way to Goodland, which is west of Colby, to any point north and south of within a reasonable range of my flight path. So like Oakley and Hill City, Hoxie. No, actually not Hoxie. They don't have good enough. Um, yeah, it would be on there. Hoxie just doesn't have a weather system. Uh, Probably all the way down to La Crosse or Great Bend, if La Crosse has an airport. I know that Great Bend does. That's where I take my check rides. But those NOTAMs would say stuff like there's a obstruction 5 miles south of the runway, or their runway's closed, stuff like that. Um, Another part of it is understand, like, if you're going IFR, which would be instrument flight rules. I'm checked out on that. Uh, um, so you would really, basically, if the flight was not good for visual, you just go IFR, and you would plan it slightly differently. You'd use different charts. You wouldn't be. It's not too bad. It's really, you just pop through the clouds on top and go. Um, I'm trying to. I'm really just itching right now to think of another example you taught us. Like, and we on Friday we started talking about politics. For I can't, for whatever reason, it seemed a little bit outside of the book, or at least outside of. I didn't know how that really came to a conversation. I mean, if we want to talk about it, I lean more toward the right side, which is ironically for me on the right. On the background is red. Okay, but I don't have. I try to get along with everybody. I mean, obviously, everybody has their own beliefs, and they have the right to believe that. Um, but most of the time, when there's shit up on TV, it's ridiculous. It's just like another. It's just another riot. That's claimed to be a peaceful protest or something like that. It's just bonkers to me. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the crappy. I'm sick of people dogging on Trump when he was doing a lot more than Obama, in my opinion. One of my friends told me that he wanted Obama back in office because it was such a chill time to be alive, which I wouldn't really know. And this guy is just a year younger than me. I mean, how could he have known either? To me, from what I understand, is that Obama was just sitting there in his office, just chilling, and his wife was out screwing my lunch up at my school. And then Trump comes in, the economy spikes, and all this other stuff. Maybe his words are not used in a fashionable sense, but I mean, God, at least he was doing some stuff. Uh, I don't know. That's just me. That's just what I think. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I believe in. Um, Implication. We were talking about flying cars a lot this week. That was fun. Uh, I don't think I don't think it'd be a good idea. And if it were to become a real thing, it has to be almost. I think it has to be automated because I think a lot of people, like, there's a lot of people that are probably below the standards in the head, and I think they would be the ones to fuck it all up. You only get one mid-air crash in your life, um, and I think as if it is going to become a thing, that it has to be autonomous flying cars. That is, it's gotta have a complete roadmap of how we're going to implement road systems or flight paths. Like in Star Wars and that movie you made us watch, The Island, all those flying cars were flying at different altitudes, at different directions, sure, and that was easing up traffic. But I mean, to get up there, like, is there a designated spot to get up to those roads? It's all stuff like that, and for how fast they were all going, I feel like as if it would need to be very well computerized. So, oh, speaking of, this is exactly what I wanted. Did I just click something? Okay, we're good. Here is the FAR aim manual. It's a few years old, but this basically is all the rules that we have to follow. I mean, not the whole freaking thing. This thing's the size of a Bible, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in here that is like said only to prevent future problems. And I'm not reading this whole thing. I will lose my mind. But I bet there's a lot of stuff that is said in that uh, aeronautical information manual / federal aviation regulations book for stuff that isn't even developed yet. I think there's even jobs out there that I've heard of that are designing software for jets for pilots who are not even alive yet. Which, that sounds redonkulous to me. I feel like the guy that told me that is full of shit. But I could be wrong. I've been proven wrong so many frickin' times in my life that I might as well just believe it. It might not even be software. It might be something completely different. I don't know, but there's some stuff out there that's so far beyond in the future. It looks like, and I think that's just insanity. I guess going back to my flight planning things, I'm so choppy. I've been working outside all day, and I'm getting this project out of the way. I have to present tomorrow, but uh, like the risk. So I was talking about my weather briefing and my planning and stuff, and like how much I gotta know how much fuel I'm using. I gotta know how much weight there is, um, or else I'm gonna have some serious implications to deal with. But there's a serious risk and hazard uh, management. Like I said with weather, like if there's thunderstorms, that's a hazard. Don't go. If there is if there's a high wind warning, don't go. Usually, for the smaller stuff that I fly, that stuff will get picked right off the ground. Um, I don't need that. I don't need that traumatized. I don't need to get traumatized like that if I can afford not to. um, I don't know. I'm working on my commercial and I'm excited to get it, but I think I'll get over it, but I am a little bit anxious about flying sometimes too. I'm not worried about a wing falling off. I'm not. That's out of proportion. But I don't. I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna have to learn how to do risk management and design my flights be to disconcern with weather. Um, I mean, that's really what I got. I know I brought up the hotel, but I you got the point across in class, and I mean, I thought it was a shitty design when we first looked at it. I was like, that's so stupid. You should just put archways. I mean, archways are pretty. You don't have to have it like freaking hanging and everybody looking at it and being scared to walk across it. I mean, I feel as if I'm safe in all the buildings I go into. Sometimes I don't even think about it, but now since you showed me that, I'm going to look at literally everything. um, oh yeah, also talked about the ethics, but I mean, yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all I got for you. Sorry, it's probably more mediocre, but I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm ready to take finals and be done. I'm ready to get back into business this summer. So I'll see you next semester.